Gav, another one of those frustrating weeks off in between games this season, especially after what I know was an equally frustrating afternoon last time out at Doncaster.
Yeah, but what that has given us is a bit of time to recover, review, and move on and put our energy into a big fixture with Ealing at home this week.
We're talking about frustrations, we'd put that to one side, like you say, but what have we specifically looked out at in-house during that Doncaster game? I know there was a lot of mud thrown about discipline and stuff, but obviously that's down to interpretation as always.
Yeah, I think I got it wrong post game. 21 pens, I think, and it was 17 pens and a free kick, but too high. And look, there's a lot that we can control there, but I think ultimately it came down to not just the penalty count. We didn't deal with kickoffs that well. We just give Doncaster a number of lifelines in a lot of areas that we could have controlled and took that penalty count out of it. But I think the things to focus on as well, we put ourselves in a strong position and just learning from that. Now, if we can do that again, where do we, how can we kick on and how do we maintain that level of physicality, which I think dropped off when we took that big lead.
Just one change from that game, Marlon Walker, at the time of recording this interview, back in at loose head. Is that more of a nod to giving the same group an opportunity to maybe right a couple of wrongs?
Okay, obviously the lefty clash with the lone, there's a forced change there, but we've gone with experience. Pitch is going to be heavy, and we just think Marlon's the right choice and the right man for the job there.
And as we mentioned, a big fixture, and it's Ealing of course, who come into town as the league leaders. This is the third time we've faced them this year in a unique circumstance, but I know we're happy with the performance in one of those two, the one that didn't count, unfortunately, but we'll have to hit different highs on Friday to get that result, won't we?
Yeah, the first time we played, I think it was night and day in terms of the physicality, and there's a number of reasons around that. The flow of the league, it was the end of a block when we played them the second time, but ultimately Ealing were on song that day and at top end physicality, and we were not our best. We know that when you play Ealing, it's a physical challenge. At our place is a different type of physical challenge because the speed of ball is not going to be as quick, and it's going to be those post-contact meters, the fight, the timing tackle, all the stuff that it really gets brought to the fore, the physical side of the game. So look, it's a challenge we're up for. We know our pitch. She's not going to be firm, so it's going to be one hell of a fight.
We spoke earlier about those fixture gaps. It feels now a little bit like we're about to fly into a real block of fixtures and hopefully start building some momentum.
Yeah, that's the aim, but look, you can't look past Ealing. Then we've got a tough one next week, a Hartpury away. So look, the focus is firmly on that right now. The boys are going to have to put a lot of energy into that, and Friday night in the rain and wet, it's always a good test of character.
Prepped me nicely for the final question there. Friday night at the Mene, like you say, big crowd expected, lots of tickets sold. These are the nights we will do it for, aren't they?
Yeah, and league favourites, top of the league for a reason, and it's just putting a good version of ourselves at home in front of our home fans. That's the important thing for us.
Looking forward to it on the birthday for Mr. Gavin Cattle.
Oh, thank you very much. 30.